Welcome to the channel that explains how the movies you love and enjoy are a broken mess of brain dead stupid. And the movie we'll be discussing today and I will be tearing apart is Shazam Fury of the Gods. Now, an interesting thing about this movie, because you see, when it comes to comic book movies, I've gotten to the point, actually, I've long passed the point that I just expect comic book movies to be a broken mess of brain dead stupid by default. I just expect them to be that. The thing is, I don't know they're going to be a broken mess of brain dead stupid until I watch it. That's not the case for this movie, though. For Shazam Fury of the Gods, I already knew this movie was going to be a broken mess of brain dead stupid without even having to see it, without having to watch it. Now, how could I have possibly have known that? Well, it's easy. Well, the trailer confirmed it, but I knew that this movie was going to be a broken mess of brain dead stupid when I found out, when I heard what the title of this movie was. Now, how could I have possibly come to the conclusion that this movie was going to be a broken mess of brain dead stupid based solely on the title? Well, let me explain. You see, to do that, I have to talk about this little known movie. You probably never even heard of it. It was called Wonder Woman. Now, in this movie, there is a scene in which Queen Hippolyta tells a young Princess Diana. Oh, what was it again? I probably wasn't that important. Probably just some little thing. Oh yeah, I remember now. She explains to Princess Diana how Ares, the god of war, killed all the gods. Killed them all. They're all dead. All the gods, all the Greek gods are dead because Ares killed them all. And then in the Wonder Woman movie, Wonder Woman kills Ares. So let me see if I get this straight. If according to the Wonder Woman movie, all the gods are dead, where the hell did these three bitches come from? Where the hell did these three sisters come from? Well, they couldn't have. You can't have these three Greek goddesses in this movie because they're all supposed to be dead. Hence, that's how I knew this movie was going to be a broken mess of brain dead stupid. Because when I heard the title of this movie, I'm going, what gods? The fury of what gods? There ain't no more gods. So yeah, that's how I knew this movie was going to be a broken mess of brain dead stupid just from the damn title. Oh, and not only that, the staff. I gotta talk about the staff. But before that, according to this movie, the wizard used the staff to create a barrier to prevent the gods from being able to enter the realm of humans. Now, it wasn't until the first movie where Billy ends up breaking the staff. And by breaking the staff, causes the barrier to fall. Well, but that means prior to Billy breaking the staff, that meant the barrier was still up, right? Oh, okay. Well, if the barrier was still up, how the hell did Ares come to Earth in the Wonder Woman movie? Oops. So yeah. I mean, and not only that. So let me see if I get this straight. Billy breaks the staff in the first Shazam movie, and that's like what 4 or 5 years ago. Because I believe in the first Shazam movie, Billy is 13 years old. And in this movie, he's almost 18. So we'll say 4 or 5 years. Okay. So according to this movie, The barrier that prevents the gods from being able to enter the realm of man has been down. So what the hell have the three sisters been doing for the last 4 or 5 years? What they do? They just finally, 4 or 5 years later, they kind of know. Hey, look, the barrier's down. Like seriously, what the hell were these three? Why did these three sisters wait 4 to 5 years to be able to come down to Earth to get the golden apple in the goddamn first place? The movie doesn't know. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. That's what it takes to make it through this movie. You have no idea what the hell's going on, and you don't care what's going on. Hell, where did the three sisters come from? I don't know. Movie doesn't know. You don't know. How did if the barrier was up during the time of the Wonder Woman in the time frame in which the Wonder Woman movie was up? How was Ares able to get to Earth? I don't know. Movie doesn't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. This movie literally destroys any type of continuity. I could just picture somebody going to the director and going, I don't know the director's name. I don't care. Going, but according to the Wonder Woman movie, all the gods are dead. I could picture the director either going, I don't care, or the director going, don't worry about it. It's not like the audience cares anyway. Or basically both, where the director goes, I don't care, and don't worry about it. Neither does the audience. And guess what? You didn't either. You didn't care. Not only that, speaking of the stuff, I love this stuff. The Shazam Fury of the Gods actually retcons not just the staff, but how Billy gets his powers. According to the first movie, Billy gets his powers because the wizard, Shazam, gives Billy his powers. His powers, which are the wisdom of Solomon, the strength, the speed of Mercury, the courage of Achilles. According to the first movie, the wizard gives Billy the powers that he has. This movie goes, yeah, we don't like that idea. We need to because we made up these three sisters, these three goddesses, we have to change how the staff works to be able to figure out how to actually justify these sisters coming in the first place. So now in Shazam Fury of the Gods, it's the staff that gave Billy and his family and his brothers and sisters the power. Because according to this movie, this staff can grant and take away powers. But apparently it can steal the powers as well. Well, if it can grant powers, why would it need to steal them? It can just grant them anyway. Like if the staff has the power to grant the power of Zeus or the speed of Mercury, it doesn't need to steal the speed of Mercury. If the staff has the ability to grant the stamina of Atlas, it doesn't need to steal the power of stamina from Atlas. So exactly how does this staff work? I don't know. And guess what? Neither does the movie and neither do you. Nobody knows and nobody cares. And not only that, so again, because according to this movie, when the sisters use the staff on Billy or any of the other Marvel family, it basically takes their powers away. It's gone. It's removed from them. Okay, so that's how the staff works. So that would mean that the staff took Zeus's power to be able to have it within the staff. I think Zeus would have a problem with somebody taking away his power, don't you think? So that doesn't even make any sense. But then it's also that the staff takes away the magical powers of the gods. Well, here's a problem. Solomon isn't a god, and wisdom isn't a magical ability. Achilles isn't a god, and courage isn't a magical ability. I mean, unless you're the Tin Man and you think it's a magical ability. See, the first movie avoided all of the problems of how the power works and how the staff got, or how Billy gets his powers, by not even having the wizard go the powers of the gods or powers of heroes. He just goes, these are my powers that I'm giving to you, and my powers happen to be these things, which is why my name is called Shazam. But this movie has to come up with some stupid reason to justify how the staff even works, and guess what? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. It not only retcons, but it doesn't. But their explanation is a broken mess of gibberish and stupid. Speaking of the staff, since the staff has the ability to grant powers and take them away, much like how the sisters kept taking away the powers of, the brothers and sisters. Hey, here's an idea, Billy. Whenever you get the staff, which you've had a few times, why don't you use the staff and point it at the sisters and take their powers away? Well, no, can't do that. That would make sense. Oh, but Billy wouldn't know how to do that. Well, that's okay. Ask the wizard. He ain't dead anymore, apparently. There's another thing they retconned. How was the wizard not dead? Oh, I don't know. Movie doesn't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Just accept it and let's keep moving on. And if not the wizard, ask Steve, that magic pencil. It knows the answer to everything. It's a purposeful Deus Ex Machina to answer any question they need to be able to solve any problem that they have in this movie. Here was another thing. Here's another question you could have asked the Steve. How do we defeat the goddesses? How about that for a question? It's just, but can't do that. That would make sense. Because there was this one, if I remember correctly, there's a fight scene with the two sisters and the Marvel family. The one where the one of them has the cables about to choke, and where, okay, I can't remember the sisters' names, so I'm just going to call them the oldest sister, middle sister, and the youngest sister. Where the oldest sister is basically tossing, Billy Batson all over the place. Before that, I forget who it is, but somebody knocks the middle sister through a wall into some little house or whatever. Well, she's out. She doesn't emerge from that house for another minute or two. Well, here's an idea. While she's knocked out, how about go into that place that you knocked her through and grab the damn staff? Well, no, can't do that. That would make sense. There's just nothing. Speaking of I love this scene. I love this. To give you an example, yet another example of the absolute hack, ridiculous 5th grade level writing skill of this movie. You have it that the older sister gets captured, but we end up finding out that she wanted to get captured so that she could be brought to the Rock of Eternity. Oh, but I have to set this up. Earlier in the movie, we have the Marvel family sitting in, I guess would be the throne room or the meeting room, because that's where they're all sitting and that's where they have their meetings. In that meeting room, one of the brothers goes up to one of the statues, flicks a hidden switch. The statue moves and reveals a secret library beyond, in which we end up finding out that the golden apple is it. Okay? Now, back to the scene I was talking about. So they capture the oldest sister. They put her in a cell. They leave her. And they go back to the meeting room. They go back to the throne room. The room that has the statue that leads to the secret library. The older sister melts the bars, escapes, And then we then see the older sister in the secret library grabbing the golden apple, which would mean to be able to do that, the older sister would have had to have walked into the meeting room where the Marvel family is having their meeting and not be noticed, and they didn't notice her. Not only that, she somehow knew that there was a secret switch. How did she know about the secret switch that moved the statue? I don't know. Not only that, she knew that the golden apple was in the secret library. How did she know the golden apple was in the secret library? Again, I don't know. The movie doesn't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. The only way the movie can have it so that the older sister was able to sneak through, somehow go into the meeting room where they're all there sitting, don't notice her. She somehow knows about the secret switch, knows about the secret library, and also happens to know that the golden apple just happens to be in the secret library. You want to know how all that works? Is if none of you care what the hell's going on in this movie, and none of you care what's going on in this movie. But then we have the door. Freddy and the wizard are rescued by the youngest sister, and she tells them there's a door in the maze that leads to the human realm. And I'm going, why the hell would they need a door to go to the human realm? They wouldn't. And I'm thinking, holy crap, the only reason this door exists, in other words, this door that leads to the human realm exists so that way, Freddy and the wizard can return back home. Except before they can enter the door, the older sister comes out the door. And it's like, oh, I get it. The door, they didn't make the door so that the Freddy and the wizard could go back home. They had the door so that they could because they had no idea how they were going to have it so that the older sister is able to escape. So they had it for this door has no other purpose but specifically so that the older sister has a way of being able to escape. Here's the thing. How did the sister know there was a door in the room of doors that led to that castle of theirs? And how did she know which one it was? Guess what? I don't know. The movie doesn't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. That's how this movie works. Same thing with in the beginning of the movie. You have it that the two sisters go to the museum to get the broken staff. And I'm going, and then later on, when you find out there's a third sister, I'm going, well, why didn't the third sister go with them? There's no reason that the third sister wouldn't have gone with them. But the movie can't have the third sister be with them in the beginning of the movie because they want to keep her as a surprise little twist to be a love interest because she's going undercover apparently. Okay, first of all, why is she going undercover as a high school student? I mean, how did she even enroll? Whatever. But the thing is, the whole point of her going undercover as a high school student to be friends with Freddy is so that she can find out who the other, the other Marvel family members are. Why? The whole point is just to draw them out so that the sisters can take their power. Well, if all you want to do is draw them out, just start causing destruction and mayhem, and guess what? They'll show up. So there wasn't even any reason to have her go undercover. Not only that, seeing as how the broken staff, the museum, was in Greece, there's still no reason for the younger sister to not show up, because guess what? If the incident happens in Greece, I doubt she's going to be able to break her cover. So it's like, so now they have the golden apple. Now, the idea of them getting the golden apple is so that they can use the golden apple. And by the way, there's only the one golden apple. That's it. There's only the one. So the idea is to get the golden apple to restore the realm of the gods. But the problem is the movie is going, we had, the first half of the movie was about getting the staff and stealing the powers. Yeah, we don't want to do that story anymore. We want to do a new conflict. We're going to have it that the middle sister is going to go, screw restoring the realm. I don't care about restoring the realm anymore, the realm of gods. Screw that. I want to punish the humans by destroying their earth. Okay, first of all, why? There's no reason for them to punish. Like, what exactly is she punishing them for? The rebellion? No. If anything, she's going to want to punish the wizard, not the humans. But here's the thing. Even if that's her intention, okay, use the golden apple, restore the realm of the gods. The barrier's down. The barrier preventing you from the barrier that prevents the gods from entering the realm of the humans is gone. So guess what? You can spend millennia torturing and punishing the humans at your leisure. But the movie can't do that, because guess what? That would make sense. Just like how the movie Spider-Man No Way Home had to make Doctor Strange an idiot and stupid to be able to have the story of the movie. This movie had to make the middle sister an idiot so that they can have the conflict of the second half of the movie. Oh, and by the way, the conflict is she's going to destroy the earth by taking the golden apple, planting it in the stadium, and having the corrupted tree of life grow and spread its roots to about, a 20 square block area. It doesn't even, the roots don't even extend to the barrier of the barrier that the older sister erected. Because if it did, it would be like, okay, once the sister drops the barrier, the roots will continue to spread across, the rest of the earth. But that's not what happens. The weeds go about 20 square blocks and then stop. And it's like, that's it. And it's like, how is that destroying the earth? How is that covering the earth with all of these monsters? The only place on the earth that has these monsters is a 20 square block in the city of Philadelphia. That's it. And it's like, you gave up. According to this movie, the middle sister gave up restoring the realm of the gods so that she could destroy a 20 square block area of Philadelphia. Hey, movie, at least have the roots extend to the barrier that the older sister erected. So that way we can go, oh, she drops. The reason that the reason that it's only within the barrier is because it can't get past the barrier once the older sister drops the barrier. But no, doesn't even do that. Doesn't even do that. Because guess what? You don't care. You don't care. Oh, the unicorns. The unicorns. I got to talk about the unicorns. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to say this because it was just it's been I can't get it out of my head. Taste the rainbow? Seriously? Really? It's not a big deal, but it was just so ridiculous. But that's not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem with the unicorns is it doesn't make any sense and it doesn't work. The unicorns don't work because we have it that they mentioned about something about unicorns, and then Darla goes, "I love unicorns." And then the wizard goes, "No, unicorns are cruel and evil and dangerous, and they're the king of the beasts," and all that stuff. how this movie has the balls to call the unicorns the king of the beasts while there's a dragon in the movie is beyond me. But apparently the in a movie with mythical creatures, one of which is a dragon, somehow the unicorns are the king of the beasts. Now, I figured the reason the unicorns would be the king of the beasts is because they would have some magical powers and some magical abilities that make them incredibly dangerous. Nope, they're just horses with horns on their heads. That's it. Nothing special. The chimera alone could have taken out the unicorns. What was the threat to them? The harpies are scared. Why? The harpies can fly away. I love how the harpies were like terrified at seeing the unicorns and then fly away as if, okay, then why are you scared? It's not like the unicorns can fly. But then we have the actual plan. So Darla, they go, how do we, what do unicorns like? Unicorns like dark caverns and ambrosia. Apparently, a substitute for ambrosia is Skittles. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is Darla goes, I have a plan. Follow me. And it's like, is anybody going to ask Darla what her plan is? No. The movie can't actually have Darla explain her plan to her older brothers and sisters, because if the movie has Darla explain to her brothers and sisters that her plan is to give the unicorns Skittles, her brothers and sisters would have gone, yeah, forget it. We're not doing that. That's a stupid idea. So the movie can't actually have Darla explain the plan. So the movie has to have the brothers and sisters blindly follow her plan without asking any questions and just assuming Darla, the youngest one, knows what she's doing in regards to a mythical monster. She has no idea about how it works. But here's the other thing. This is a minor thing. I will agree on, but it's still kind of funny. Just because the unicorns like ambrosia, and in this case the Skittles, doesn't mean they're gonna help them. How does giving them Skittles, again the replacement for ambrosia, make them decide to suddenly become friends and help them? That's not what they asked. They asked Steve, what do they like? So out of curiosity, since one of the things the unicorns like are dark caverns, if they found a unicorn and led the unicorn to a dark cavern, would the unicorn suddenly decide to help them? Well, of course not. Because just because they like dark caverns doesn't mean they're going to go, well, since you led us to a dark cavern, we're going to help you out, fight all the other monsters. Same thing with the ambrosia, or in this case, the Skittles. If the unicorns are supposed to be these cruel, ruthless, evil monsters, how does giving them Skittles, so if you give them Skittles, they suddenly stop becoming cruel, ruthless, evil monsters? Hey, movie, how does that work? Well, guess what? The movie doesn't know. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Just accept it and let's move on. Not only that, again, with the unicorns, this is a minor thing, but so Billy goes to his parents and the family and goes, okay, I'm going to go deal with the dragon. You guys go lure the monsters away from the stadium, I believe, right? So they all agree and they all hop into the van. The next time we see them, what do they do? They're driving down the street, run into a minotaur. The father hits the brakes, a minotaur, I believe, right? Father hits the brakes, turns and goes, okay, I can only hit so many minotaurs. What do we do next? And I'm going, well, here's an idea. How about doing the plan you agreed to, which was lure the monsters away from the stadium? How about doing that? But the movie's going, no, we can't actually. The movie's going, well, no, we can't have the parents and the family actually lure the monsters away from the stadium, because how else are we going to be able to introduce the unicorns into this movie? It's just... Anyway, there's dozens of other examples of brain dead stupid littered throughout this movie, but these were the big ones that I could remember, and that I have to make a video talking about this. I have to make a video. But yeah, that's Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I hope you all enjoyed it, because the only way you can enjoy it, I swear to God, I'm going to start using this as a tagline now from now on. The only way you could make it through this movie, and to be quite honest, pretty much most of the comic book movies that have been released lately, is if you don't know what the hell's going on, you don't care what the hell's going on, you just accept it, you just move on. Anyway, that's it for me. That's it for me covering this movie, because I'm done. I got out of my system. I don't even care about this movie anymore. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm out of here. See ya.